These may look like the feet of some ferocious dinosaurs, but are actually those of this guy. The emu is a cousin of the ostrich that has existed mostly unchanged for over 80 million years. The emu is a native to Australia, a land he shares with other strange animals like the echidna and the duck-billed platypus. The emu has played an important role in the lives of the Aborigines of Australia for thousands of years as a source of food, clothing, and even medicine. In this way, the emu is similar to the Native Americans' relationship with the buffalo. For the past couple of decades, the emu has become part of the American farming tradition, with emu farms across the country offering the wisdom of the Aborigines to the American consumer. In the wild, it is the father's role to incubate and rear the chicks. On the modern emu farm, however, the emu's life begins in an incubator, often in one of these large models that hold 750 eggs at a time at just the right temperature and humidity. The eggs are gently rocked back and forth several times a day to simulate the father emu's routine. The egg incubates for 48 to 52 days, at which time the cramped chick breaks a little hole in the shell with its beak. The chick struggles, sometimes for several hours, before breaking free. Now about the size of a full-grown pigeon, the emu farmer keeps the newly hatched chicks together in a heated box, since the slightest chill could be harmful. Just a few days after hatching, the chicks are let outside to exercise, or in colder climates, are moved to a chick run. The chicks will grow quickly, and their inquisitive nature will be apparent from the beginning of their lives. Shiny objects such as camera lenses and belt buckles are prime targets for the curious chicks. The chicks are very active and often perform silly dances. At about 3 months, the chicks will lose their distinctive cream and brown stripes, and all of their feathers will become a dark brown. As you can see, they have not lost their childish playfulness. The emu is considered mature at about 16 months, but will still act silly at times. The emu, standing around 6 feet tall and weighing about 120 pounds when fully mature, is the second largest bird on Earth today. Its long, strong legs help it achieve speeds of 30 miles per hour. Emus can sometimes become excited, but are generally docile creatures, making them ideal for smaller farm operations. The American emu farmer is dedicated to getting the word out about this amazing bird and its products. While you might expect emu meat to taste like chicken, it actually tastes similar to beef. Its high iron content makes it redder than beef, and with only 3% fat in most cuts, emu meat is a healthy and delicious alternative to traditional meats for those watching their fat intake. The real miracle product of the emu, however, is the oil produced from its fat. Emu oil is used to treat a wide number of ailments, from burns and scrapes to high cholesterol levels and arthritis. Emu oil can be purchased in a pure, refined form or in products such as lotions, gel caps, and soap. Much of emu oil's success lies in its transdermal properties, penetrating the skin quickly and easily, taking with it any medicines that have been mixed with it. Clinical tests are continually being done to prove what the Aborigines have known for centuries. The emu's egg is a beautiful dark green. As equally extraordinary as the color of the egg is its vast size. It would take approximately 10 chicken eggs to equal 1 emu egg. The emu yolk looks especially large when compared to the chicken egg yolk. Emu egg has a similar taste and nutritional composition as a chicken egg, but its size makes an omelet fit for 2, and an impressive deviled egg. Being the second largest bird on Earth, the emu's egg is also the second largest. The ostrich egg would hold almost 2 dozen chicken eggs, or 2 emu eggs. Fresh emu eggs are only available during the laying season of the winter months, so they're usually difficult to acquire. The empty shells, however, are more readily available and are a blank canvas for artists who use them to paint or carve. The egg is made up of 7 layers of gradually lighter teal with a white interior, which the emu egg artist will use to create surprisingly 3-dimensional works of art. The emu's soft feathers are used mainly in fashion and crafts, but are also used as dusters in the electronics and automotive industries because they're naturally static-free and incredibly soft. The emu's feather is also unique because it is made up of 2 shafts fused together at 1 quill. Emu leather is soft and breathable with a distinctive quill pattern that readily accepts dyes. The leggings of the emu are especially durable with several interesting textures. The leather is used to make boots, belts, wallets, and other accessories. The emu is a unique creature and extremely useful to society. This completely usable bird can offer us delicious and nutritious meat, a beneficial therapeutic oil, and many other fascinating products. With illnesses of all kinds rampant in our culture, the emu may be just the ticket to a healthier lifestyle.
Go.
father enjoyed.
Beef was the meat of America for the second half of the 20th century. But as Americans have become more and more health conscious, this trend may be shifting. The low-carbohydrate diet seemed to be the solution to America's out-of-control obesity problem at the end of the millennium. Some people lost weight, but gained other problems such as heart disease due to the high levels of fat from the meat they ate. The answer to this problem may just lie in emu meat, which has many health advantages over beef and other traditional meats. Though technically poultry, emu meat is a dark cherry red and tastes very similar to beef. It is a great substitute for beef in most recipes and is especially good for those watching their fat intake. Emu meat is so low in fat because the fat of the emu is not marbled into the meat as is common in beef.
It would probably be good for anybody.
Dr. Dennis Beege led a study in 2000 about the nutritional composition of emu meat and other alternative meats at the University of Wisconsin-Madison.
But particularly people who, for health reasons or other reasons, who really want to reduce their fat content, I mean, emu does have a story to tell. This gentleman's had bypass surgery, and the doctor said, okay, no red meats. But this gentleman said, well, I eat emu. And he says, oh, emu's okay, the doctor said.
When beef and emu go head-to-head in nutrition, emu always wins.
The emu story is really a very strong story nutritionally. It's higher in iron. Iron is a very important constituent for the formation of red blood cells. It's higher in B vitamins than some of the other meats. It's a leader there. It's lowest in total fat of all the meats. It's lowest in saturated fat.
The chart compiled by Dr. Beege shows that emu is nutritionally the best of all the meats tested, including chicken and turkey. Emu meat is usually sold frozen, so normal meat thawing techniques should be used. A good rule of thumb is to let it thaw in the refrigerator overnight. Because of its low fat content, great care must be taken when cooking emu meat. Emu requires lower cooking temperatures and shorter cooking times than beef. Emu meat comes in a variety of different cuts, including roast, fan fillet, and ground. Emu meat is also found in a variety of value-added products such as summer sausage and emu jerky. Cajun chef and retired emu farmer Dale Bourgeois, shown here on the cover of the American Emu Association cookbook, demonstrates his signature dish.
Now we're going to prepare an emu fan filet. We're going to liberally season the steak. Rub it in. It depends upon the thickness of the meat, of the fan. Now we're ready to cut the filet. Generally you want to cut the filet against the grain, and I like to cut it against the grain and on the bias. Here we have pan-seared filet of emu, fan filet.
Due to the low fat content of emu meat, it is important to be conscientious of cooking times and temperatures to keep the meat from drying out. Emu meat steaks and fillets, as well as ground emu, can be grilled, but at lower temperatures and for a shorter cooking time. Emu meat absorbs flavors very well, so marinating will not only bring a lot of flavor to the meat, but will also help to keep it moist during cooking. Some olive oil and onions can be added to the ground meat to keep your emu burgers from drying out. Ground emu meat can be used as a substitute for ground beef, as in this emu lasagna. Moist heat is the best cooking method for emu, and a pot roast cooked in a slow cooker will make a very tender and tasty roast. Emu are raised in large open pens where they are treated humanely and fed a natural diet. Low stress and good grains result in a tasty and nutritious meat that just may be the meat of the 21st century. Since emu meat is boneless, skinless, and nearly fat-free, it is a smart and economical buy. Plus, your purchase will be supporting a small family farm. Emu meat is considered a delicacy in fine restaurants the world over, but now USDA-inspected 100% American emu meat can be served at your table as a healthier choice for you and your family.